In December 1917, Halifax, one of the most strategically vital ports on the Atlantic coast, was gripped by the war. It served as a crucial hub for troops, supplies, and munitions bound for Europe. Every day, ships crowded the harbor, navigating its narrow waters under strict wartime regulations. But it was two ships, SS Mont Blanc and SS Imo, that would set the stage for catastrophe. The French steamship Mont Blanc, built in 1899 by Railton Dixon and Company in Middlesbrough, England, was a 3,121-ton cargo vessel originally designed for general transatlantic shipping. A typical three-island-style tramp steamer, Mont Blanc changed ownership several times before being requisitioned by Compagnie Générale Transatlantique in 1915. By late 1917, Mont Blanc had been requisitioned for the war effort assigned one of the most perilous tasks on the seas, hauling high explosives across the Atlantic. On December 1st, Mont Blanc departed New York for Halifax, carrying a deadly cargo: 2,366.5 tons of picric acid, 250 tons of TNT, 62.1 tons of gun cotton, and 246 tons of benzol, highly volatile fuel stored in barrels on deck. Normally, ships carrying such hazardous cargo were kept out of busy ports, but wartime necessity dictated otherwise. Mont Blanc had no escort and was awaiting clearance to join a convoy for the Atlantic crossing, a crucial defensive measure against German submarines prowling the seas. SS Imo was a Norwegian vessel built in 1889 by Harland and Wolff in Belfast. A 5,043-ton steamer, it was initially designed to carry both livestock and passengers. Later converted into a whaling factory ship, Imo was long and narrow, measuring 430 feet in length but only 45 feet in beam. In 1917, it was under the command of the Belgian Relief Commission, which provided war-torn Belgium with food and supplies. Unlike Mont Blanc, Imo carried no explosives. It was empty, in ballast, en route to New York to load relief supplies. Imo's design presented significant navigational challenges. In ballast, its propeller and rudder were nearly out of the water, making steering difficult. The ship's design caused it to veer left when moving forward and swing right when reversing, creating significant navigational difficulties. These factors would prove crucial in the chaotic minutes before disaster struck. Imo arrived in Halifax on December 3rd for inspection and spent 2 days in Bedford Basin awaiting refueling. Although cleared to depart on December 5th, it was delayed when its bunker coal did not arrive until later that afternoon. By the time it was ready, the anti-submarine nets had been raised for the night, forcing it to remain in port until the next morning. Impatient and eager to make up for lost time, Imo's captain got the ship underway bright and early on the morning of the 6th, with a sense of urgency that would soon have fatal consequences. At the time of the explosion, World War I was entering its final but most brutal phase. The Allied blockade against Germany was tightening, and the Battle of Passchendaele had just ended in November with staggering casualties.